Hello everyone, and welcome back to the NNL. It has been quite a while, as you can probably tell. This battle is super late, and I've just been late on everything for so long because of my last few weeks of college. I only have 1 week of classes left, thankfully. I've caught up on most of my work. I just have one speech, like 2 tests, and a paper. And then all that's left is finals week, and I only have 3 finals and the final draft of that paper that I have to write this week. But anyways, schoolwork aside, thankfully coming to an end so I can start streaming and all again. This match, we got it done late, and then because of school, I just didn't have time to record it. I had one day where I had just enough time to record it, and then it turns out I had forgotten to save the battle video, so I had to get a hold of Sharp, and he couldn't get the code. He still had his saved, so he gave me the code for his side of the battle, but he couldn't get it to me fast enough for me to record it that day, so just like 3-4 days ago, I had time to record it, but I decided, you know what? I'm just going to upload this match and my match against my Week 6 match against You'll See Who later today. I'll upload both of those on the same day is what I'll do. So that's where we are. We are battling Sharp this week, and we are doing it from his side of the field. We're going to see his Pokemon on our side. We'll be able to see exactly how much HP he has and all. But I'm on the other side because of me forgetting to save the battle video because I'm stupid. A quick run-through of my team. That's a Belly Drum Azumarill because I know that if I take out the Gyarados and the Swampert, I'm pretty sure I can sweep everything else with a +6 Azu with Aqua Jet. Because I'm pretty sure I kill Metagross. I know I kill... the Latios lives in Aqua Jet, but it dies to a knockoff. I know I killed the Manectric, and I'm pretty sure I killed the Conch, too. He had a lot of... I can't remember the rest of his team, but I know he had a lot of other Mons that I knew I could kill with Belly Drum Azu by Aqua Jetting. There were just some, like, Swampert, I'm pretty sure can live in Aqua Jet. He might also be OHKO'd by a +6 Aqua Jet. I know Gyarados would live. I think Metagross, it was like a percentage chance, so if I had rocks up, then I'm pretty sure it was a guaranteed kill. And Latios I knew could live 1 Aqua Jet, but he'd be, like, he couldn't live 2 of them, I don't think. But that aside, that's what I had for Azu. On Darm, it was my, I think that's the Will-O-Wisp Darm that I used against Josh. Will-O-Wisp Superpower. I think I switched Superpower for EQ. Will-O-Wisp EQ, Flare Blitz, and U-Turn. Then my Donphan is actually a special set. It's a specially defensive one. I made it to where it could live, it's Assault Vest specially defensive. I made it to where it could live a Grass Knot from Metagross. It has EQ for the Metagross mainly to hit that, or the Manectric, whatever it can. Rapid Spin, and I think Seed Bomb for the Swampert, and I can't remember its 4th move. My Empoleon is Stealth Rock's Flash Cannon. I think it's Max Special Defense. Yeah, Max Special Defense, Stealth Rock, Flash Cannon, Ice Beam, Scald, and its Expert Belt. My Latias is my defensive set. I'm pretty sure it's my defensive Latias with Healing Wish, Thunder Wave. It was mainly to get a T-Wave or Healing Wish off on Metagross because I can live 1 Ice Punch with the full defensive set. And then I have... It was supposed to be Psyshock, Draco Meteor, but I accidentally brought the wrong Latias. And so it has Psyshock, Healing Wish, T-Wave, and a Hidden Power. And going into the battle, I didn't know what Hidden Power it was. I assumed it was HP Ice, and I had it for Landorus or something in one of the past battles I did. But anyways, then I have my Gardevoir, which is Healing Wish, Hyper Voice, Focus Blast, and I think either Thunderbolt or Energy Ball. I can't remember what its 4th move is, because I had this battle quite a while ago and only just now got the chance to record it like I was saying earlier. But anyways, this is me and Sharp at the time of having this battle were 4-0-4-0. We were at the top of the league. I think Sharp was ahead of me in differential by like 2 or 3, so we're pretty much neck and neck. So let's see which one of us can take first place in the league in this battle today. I like this music. But yeah, it says I'm issuing the challenges because we're on the other side of the field. He led with his Latios, and I believe I led with my Gardevoir. Yes, I led with my Gardevoir. And I was expecting him to switch into Metagross here to take the Hyper Voice. So I switched into, I believe, Empoleon. Because I think I could live, I would just barely live 1 EQ. But he actually goes into his Swampert, which is even better for me than him going into his Metagross. I was really hoping I could get a Scald Burn or set up my rocks, because he doesn't have anything to get rocks off his field, because I'm pretty sure he doesn't have Defog Latios. I've never seen him use it. I don't think he has it. So me and Sharp, we greet each other like friends do. We're like, hey man, how's it going? Have some deadly rocks around your feet. We're just spreading them around like, yeah, it's party time. It's good to see you, bud. GL, HF. It's going to be a good match. Anyways, I decide here, you know, I'm pretty sure I can just take this thing on. So I go for Scald. Does a decent amount. That's about a little under 1/3, I think. He's going to go for the Ice Beam, probably expecting me to switch into Dawn Fan or something similar, which switching into Dawn Fan would be a stupid move. I'm not sure what he was predicting me to go into. Because what do I have? Darm. I don't know. But anyways, then he sees I'm going to stay in, so he goes for the Earth Power, and I'm going to eat it up. Does basically nothing to my specially defensive Empoleon. I go for the Scald here again, wanting to get a burn, wanting to get more damage. And I get the burn, thankfully. At first, I thought it was around 1/3, but it was actually more, with the leftovers, it's more around, I'm doing about 1/4 of his health with each Scald, which is fine, because after the burn, he's definitely going to die after 2 more Scalds. So I decided, you know what? I don't really need Empoleon for anything else now that my rocks are up. Since he's already taken this much damage, he can't live in EQ or anything. I'm just going to keep going for Scald to take out this Swampert. And I actually thought he might try and switch into his Latios or something similar. So I went for an Ice Beam because I knew, since he has the burn, going for Ice Beam is just as good as going for Scald at this point. I don't get the stab, but it's going to do enough damage. We had actually been speed tied, which I forgot to mention. We are speed tied. Thankfully, I won the speed tie here, so I take out his Swampert before he takes out my Empoleon. That means that I'm going to get the switch initiative because he's going to send something in to kill my Empoleon. He sends in Mighty Joe, his Conkeldurr. I didn't want to Scald this thing because I didn't want to give it Guts, so I went for, I believe, yeah, I went for Ice Beam again. I think Flash Cannon might have done more. I can't remember if Fighting resists Steel or not. I don't think it does, but whatever. He goes for the knockoff just because he knows it'll kill my Empoleon, or it'll knock off an item if I switch something in, or it'll do a crap ton to my Gardevoir. So he takes me out with a knockoff, and then he gets burned from his Flame Orb. I was not expecting Flame Orb Conk. So now I'm going to go into my Gardevoir. I'm trying to scare him out because he knows I can live a Mach Punch even though I have like no defense. But I was trying to scare him out with a Hyper Voice. But it turns out that this match, Sharp decided, you know what? I'm not going to do any switch-ins or anything or predictions. I'm just going to let stuff die and safe switch in, was apparently his thought going into this. So I switched into my Donphan expecting his Metagross to come in and take the Hyper Voice because he didn't really have anything else to take a Hyper Voice. So he went for Ice Punch. I'm sitting here like, no, my Donphan is worthless now. And he gets the freeze, insult to injury. I know I can live a Mach Punch, and I know that there's nothing left my Donphan can do. I don't want to switch anything into this monster, so I go for Rapid Spin, and thank goodness I thaw out. So I can get the rocks off my side of the field, and they're not going to be back on my side of the field. He doesn't have another rocker. And he's going to take me out with Drain Punch, gets him back some HP. He knows it does enough to take me out, so Donphan's gone, unfortunately. I was so upset when he didn't make the play. I was going into this match thinking, I've got to make next level plays, because Sharp is going to make a lot of plays, but he totally threw me through this match by not making plays. It was his best strategy. I send in my Latias. I know I can easily take a Mach Punch. I'm full defensive, and I know that, and I'm pretty sure even after a Mach Punch, I'll still live a Ice Punch from the Metagross, and I know I outspeed him, and Psyshock kills. So I take out the Conk with Psyshock, thankfully. Now he's going to send in the Metagross, and I think, all right, now is the perfect time for me to T-Wave this Metagross and get it out of my way. So it will majorly cripple his Metagross to be so low on speed, because I have a couple of Mons that can take this thing out. Like Darm can take it out, and Azu can take it out. So I go for the T-Wave to paralyze it. Exactly what I needed was getting a paralysis off on this thing. I outsped it, actually. I don't think I have any speed investment. No, I'm max HP, max defense. So I didn't realize that I would outspeed it. He goes for the Iron Head. He actually, this makes me think that he doesn't have Ice Punch, which throws me off later, because he actually does, unfortunately. But you'll see that later. I'm going to switch out my Latias, going into my Darm, expecting another Iron Head, because I don't think he has Ice Punch. And he predicts me perfectly and goes for the EQ and just craps all over my Darmanitan, because it's dead beyond belief. So that was my second bad play of the game. Switching in Donphan was one, which I still don't think was a bad play. He just didn't make a play. I predicted him, and then he didn't do the prediction. So I don't really think switching in Donphan was a bad play. It just didn't work out for me because he didn't make the next level thing. But anyways, here I go into my Azu, and I go for Belly Drum, because I'm thinking, all right, I can probably take one hit from the Gyarados and maybe even the Latios, so I'm just going to set up my Belly Drum so I can start killing stuff, because I need to get some stuff out of here. So I have Citrus Berry, and it turns out I accidentally misgen the Azu, and its health is not right to automatically activate my Citrus Berry. So that's another horrible thing that went wrong in this battle on my end, because it was my own fault. I misgened it. I went for knockoff. He bounced, and he lands with the bounce. Thank goodness I do not get paralyzed by this, and I just barely live and activate my Citrus. If I had died there and Citrus would have been able to save me, I would have been kicking myself all day. But I live it. I go for knockoff, and this is where he makes a bad play. Thankfully, finally something that gives me a little more momentum going, because I've been getting kind of a little bit destroyed so far. So he's going to send in his Manectric, which was a horrible mistake. I don't know if he didn't expect me to have Aqua Jet or if he had a Sash and forgot that rocks are up, but I easily destroy this Manectric with an Aqua Jet. Easily. It's absolutely gone. No more. And so now he sends in his Latios, and this is where the battle changes. This decides the battle, because I was calculating how much knockoff would do to Metagross and a bunch of other stuff, and I was originally going to switch out my Azu into my Gardevoir to take the Thunderbolt, because I knew that's what he was going to do. I was just making sure that saving Azu would be able to beat the Metagross, and I took so long calcing that I ran out of time, and the game made me go for knockoff or play rough or something. I don't know. So because of that, my Azu dies, and that costs, I'm just going to tell you, that cost me the match. I lost because of that. Because if I had what I was supposed to do, what I wanted to do was switch into Gardevoir, take the T-Bolt. T-Bolt only does like, I don't know, 30, 40%. Let's see how much it does. Yeah, so I could have easily switched into the T-Bolt, ate it up, Mega Evolved, taken another T-Bolt, Hyper Voiced, killed the Latios, and then he sends in his Metagross. And right here, if I had switched out, then right now, since the Metagross is paralyzed, I would hit Healing Wish, Metagross's attack would be wasted, I would go into Azu to full health, I can take one of anything. I can take an Iron Head, I can take an EQ, whatever. I don't know if going for Hyper Voice or Focus Blast would have been better there. I forgot to calc it because I was so upset. But I could have Healing Wished right there, gone into Azu, double knockoff, boom, I win. Because two knockoffs from a neutral Azu kills Mega Metagross. I calced it. It kills it. So now I've got left his Latias. I go for the Hidden Power because I know it's going to do more than Psyshock. Turns out it was HP Fire from, I don't even know what week that was from. But he just barely lives it, and then he reveals he does have Ice Punch, even though he Iron-Headed my Latias one turn. He got a crit, which didn't matter at all, because it's freaking Ice Punch. And because of that, I lost. I was so upset. So upset. I overpredicted with Dawn Fan, or I don't think I overpredicted. He just underpredicted. He didn't predict at all. He just decided to sack Conk for some reason, which I thought was a bad play. But it worked for him, so I can't be that mad. Or say that it's that wrong, but I personally thought it was a bad play on his part. He predicted my Darn perfectly, which I still could have won despite that. I would have won at the end if I just would have paid more attention to the clock and switched in my Gardevoir before time ran out. And I have no one to blame but myself, I know that. I'm not saying that Sharp played badly or anything. He played pretty well, except for the whole sitting in his Manectric, and I still don't agree with the sacking of the Conk, but it worked out for him. The Manectric thing, I think he just made a misplay and didn't realize it. Or he did it by mistake. I don't remember what he told me. But yeah, I should have had that in the bag by switching into Gardevoir. I would have had it, but I wasn't paying attention to the clock, and it cost me the game. And that just goes to show that you've got to pay really close attention to that clock, and you've got to calc fast. So, unfortunately, it ends with a 1-0 in Sharp's favor. Good for him, though. I'm happy for you, Sharp. I'm totally upset with myself over this. Watching this battle again has just brought up all of my anger about it. But yeah. So now Sharp is... Actually, we've already had the Week 6 matches. I don't know what Sharp's differential or anything is right now. I know that Tiki went to boot camp because he's joining the army or something like that, so all of his Week 2 matches are considered buys. Whoever was battling Tiki in Week 2, they just get +1. They get a 1. They don't get a loss, they get a win, and they don't get any differential. It's a 1 more to their win and 0 differential. So... I know that me and Sharp's 9th week match was Tiki. My 10th week match is Tiki, so I'm not going to have a 10th week match. But, yeah. So, all that's left. So, there's still a chance for me to win the league overall, even though I lost to Sharp. It was only a 1-0, thankfully. It wasn't anything, like, monstrous, like I got 4-0'd or something. So, since I still have to fight Josh, which I'm about to record, I already had my battle with him. I'm about to record it, and you'll see how it goes. As long as I can still win against Josh, Euphoric, and Twannis, and then beat Sharp, if I beat Sharp, then it'll come down to differential. Or it'll come down to if Sharp wins all of his matches. He's got to win, he's still got to fight you, Twannis, and, Josh. He's still got to fight all of them again as well. So, if he beats all of them, and I beat all of them, and then I beat Sharp the second time around, it'll come down to which of us has the better differential. If Sharp, beats me, then I probably pretty much lost at that point. Or if I lose one of my matches, even if I beat Sharp, I'll have lost, because he will have had to have lost another match too. But there is still a chance I can win the league. I just need to win the rest of my matches with good differential, or just win the rest of my matches and Sharp lose one of his that is not against me. He has to lose against me and one of the other 3 who are left. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and today I'll also have the week 6... the week 6 match up with I Poke Shuckles, Josh. I'm battling him again. I've already recorded it. It's a pretty good match, and I will have that up for you soon. I'm going to go record it right now. So, yeah, that's all for today, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, farewell.